Hi guys, today on Divas Can Cook we are making a classic. I'm talking about homemade yellow cake. This is the second yellow cake recipe I have posted on my blog. The first one, some people said, Monique, it sank in the middle, what do I do? And some people said, don't you dare remove this cake from your blog because it's perfect, it's my go-to. So I said, you know what, I'll just post another yellow cake recipe that hopefully will fix that sinking issue that some people are having, and then, you know, everybody's happy and we're living in peace, right? Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Let's go. Okay, first thing we have our flour in a bowl, all-purpose flour here. I'm going to add in some baking powder, baking soda, and some salt, okay? More stability. Go ahead and whisk this around just like this. And make sure you whisk it really good because you don't want to have those little pockets of baking soda. Does not taste good. Whisk it really well. Now for our wet ingredients, get you a big old bowl. We're going to add in our sugar. Dump that sugar right on in, girl. Hurry up. Why are you so slow? There you go. There you go. Dump it in. Perfect. Okay, so next we're going to add in our softened butter, just butter. As much as I love using like butter flavored shortening and oil in my cakes, sometimes, especially for yellow cake, you want to go with the all butter, baby. Just pure butter. Mix that around until it's all creamy and well combined and stuff, and then we are going to add in our eggs. Where's the eggs at? Here they come, right here. Eggs, 2 eggs. We have 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks. It's going to give us a nice beautiful yellow color, and that extra those extra egg yolks are going to add in that fat because fat is good. We want fat for cakes, okay? Especially a yellow cake, because yellow cakes, they can be so dry. Oh my gosh. So yeah, fat. All right, I'm out of breath. Okay, now I'm going to add in some vanilla extract, and I also mixed in some butter flavoring. I didn't put butter flavoring in my last recipe, and it is totally optional, but man, it really bumps up that buttery taste. And now I'm going to just go ahead and mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, alternating a little bit with that buttermilk, because buttermilk and yellow cakes are the bomb. But you could also use like, you know, whole milk if you want to, but buttermilk is really good in this cake. Okay, once everything is all mixed in and your batter is all fluffy and light feeling like that, go ahead and let it sit for about 5 minutes. I always do this, I don't know why. I let it sit for like 5 minutes or so. And it's actually darker. I don't know why it looks so white on camera. It's a bit darker. Okay, so my pans here, I have lined them with parchment paper, a little parchment paper circle. Then I greased it and floured it. That way, no sticking, okay? It will not stick. It won't. Go ahead and dump them evenly into the pan. Make sure they're nice and even. If you want to put them in a measuring cup first so you can see how much to put in each pan, you can do that, but I usually eyeball it, and sometimes it does result in a uneven cake, like one layer is bigger than the other, but I really don't care. It's just for us at the house, you know? Yeah. Go ahead and give it a little shake or use an offset spatula to kind of spread it out to a nice even layer. I went ahead and just, you know, shook it into place. Okay, now we're going to bake these at 325 for about 30 to 35 minutes. You may need a tad bit longer. I think mine was like 34 minutes. All right, so now we're going to place them on a cooling rack. We're going to let them cool off just until the pans are warm enough to touch. And then I'm just going to go ahead and remove them from the pan. And they come out so easily with that parchment paper and then that extra shortening and flour that I put on it. It just plops right on out just like that. Remove that parchment paper and you are good to go. Now we're gonna let them cool off completely because we do not want to frost these cakes when they are still hot because it's gonna melt your little frosting. So go ahead and let them cool off. And now for the frosting, I am using my old-fashioned chocolate frosting. I have like several chocolate frostings on my blog, so just take your pick, child. But yeah, I'm using the old-fashioned chocolate frosting, and that recipe is on my blog. Go ahead and just smooth it out into a nice even layer. Make sure you put a thick layer in between the layers of cake. For some reason I always go so thin. I'm like, oh man, I wish the middle layer was, you know, the middle layer of frosting was thicker. But yeah, go ahead and just spread that frosting all over just like that. You can do a cute little design, but you know me, honey, I'm just gonna spread it on there. Nothing fancy. This is pretty much as good as it's going to get, okay? Alright, now you can go ahead and cut into it. My voice is doing some crazy things, so, you know, if it sounds a little scratchy, a little off, that's why I'm having some vocal issues here, right? Now this cake, let me tell you about this cake. The texture of this cake is so fluffy and moist, but I think it gets better the next day because this is day 1. But when I cut this thing on day 2, I was like, oh my god, it's like so doggone moist. I don't know how that happens. I guess just sitting there with the frosting on, I don't know. But it got a lot moister the next day. It was still very, very moist. I mean, look at that. Oh yes, because yeah. Yeah, that looks good. But on day 2, it seemed to be a little bit better. But that's it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will know when I post new videos. Later.